Hey Chad, you know what time it is? That's right, it's September. For the entire month of September, you'll get 25% off on 1 month subs, 3 month subs, and 30% off for 6 month subs. So, why don't you do yourselves a favor and subscribe to twitch.tv/MagandaravT. You'll be able to skip ads and support her. That's twitch.tv/MaginDaraVT. Cool. I hope you enjoy your September.
Hello. Is this working? Mic on, game on. All right. Hello. Magandang araw, Maya Magandra, Cannibal Mermaid VTuber. Hold up, let me just. I forgot to do something. Choto. I forgot to do something. Wow. Yeah, because I was in a tabletop RPG campaign yesterday, so I turned off a lot of my viewer rewards. I'm gonna put that back. Hold on. I turn off my sound alerts when I do that, so I don't interrupt the people in my table with silly butot sounds. There we go. That should all be back. Let me check my Twitch. There we go. I'm gonna go back to the gaming overlay. Okay, repeat. Hello, magandang araw. My Magandra Cannibal Mermaid VTuber. It is the first day of the Hungry Ghost Festival. Well, actually, technically, it's the second day, but it's the first day for me to stream. So for me, it's the first day. We're gonna play a lot of indie horror games as a part of the Hungry Ghost Fest on Steam. That's a lot of sales for indie horror games and supernatural adjacent games. We're gonna play Death and Faeology. It's coming out this year. It's a demo. Basically, this game is a demo. But the devs, Mushroom. Oh my god. Let me remember the name of the devs. I know it has shrooms on it. There we go. Mushroom Mallow. The dev said that this demo, a meaty 2 hours. The game releases sometime this year. Been really interested in it because I'm not sure if I said this before on this channel, but the mythological creature that I'm afraid of the most are Faefolk. Faefolk are scary, so this is a scary game for me. This is a mystery visual novel set in the 1920s. What's your name? Let's go for the default. It's Agustin. Also, if the audio is a little too loud, let me know because this is one of those games that just starts with audio out max audio. Grading first year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I ought to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science. Oh, it's a science. Only a couple of decades old. The university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion on fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poisoned apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. The reference to the Cottingley fairies is one I could understand since it was quite a sensation not too long ago. Although it would be clear in the eyes of renowned Faeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I ought to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz, oh my god, look at that biblically accurate, scary, fancy fairy. Those eyes, these eyes, beautiful eyes. These are also his eyes. I'm pretty sure his eyes are these ones, right? If we're going for bug, but if we're going for like human face, it might be here. But if we're going for, it is a fairy, so it could also be this one. Maybe it just has multiple eyes. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known him. Cottingley fairies again? Yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to poisoned apples. We don't care much for human princesses. But making poisoned apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that Faefolk is capable of more than that? At the same time, showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch. You are not a friendly bunch. Fairies scare me. I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. I believe some might just quit the same day if you do that. Besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you? Chances are high those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I would never let that happen. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. That's the least I can do. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless of times since then. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I would never. I could hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you were on break, isn't there something else in your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieved the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Augustine. Agustin? Ang Pilipino, Agustin. Dear Augustine, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you or will you not accompany me to this year's Lios Gala? You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canapes and invigorating company. How dare you? Books are great. How dare this man? Who the fuck is this man? And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by way of funding grants for your research. Oh, say less. I'm going. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. My interest has died. I want money. Do write to me sometime before Saturday. That's tomorrow's date, isn't it? Oh, I know. My delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I'd hate to be getting the looks from the crowd while like I'm a wet blanket. Theology isn't worth my dough, they'd say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Rudy Blight had caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Krause hadn't been in the area at that time as well, who knows what could have happened? I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Rudy and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or for worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you've told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. Yet, I speak very little of him now. And I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. Shut the fuck up, Henkel! Get out of my heart! The letter is signed, yours everlasting, Oscar Henkel. I don't like him. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. And I need to get myself a glass of water. Up, yeah, pa, 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 pa. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged themselves in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie! My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. Professor. Yes, Minnie? Are you talking to yourself again? That's right, you know me. I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. But she knows when not to poke her nose into things. One of those things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Who? The police detective from the newspapers. The police detective? Even as I echo those two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can? In the end, we had to stop our subscriptions for the dailies. Detective Theodore Krause? Yeah, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off-kilt. It's as if by the magic of the fairy tales I malign, the ink in my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of the campus or something? That depends. Is a lie like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. Alright, just let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do? What?
Lizard.
Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? Hello, thank you for the lizard. Did it make a sound? Did it lizard? I need to hear it again. Lizard, hi Zia.
Lizard.
Oh, there we go. It made a sound. It's just not very loud. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch.
Lizard.
Stretch. Lizard. Lizard, are you guys at the table today, or are you guys Sunday? I mean next Saturday. You guys are next Saturday, yeah? Yeah. Go apata. Let me just do a quick cough. Oh, next. Ahem. Hey, good luck. You guys are gonna reap the consequences of our actions. Hi on VTM Copium right now. You know what? Same. We will listen in on later on VTM. I timed this stream so I could listen to VTM. I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. There was no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that rather sounds like relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left, even that oddly crafted handkerchief you loved so much. That handkerchief was a gift for you! I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? Respond in disbelief, you fucking liar, you fucking lying liar who lies. Oh, I can't press spacebar to it, I have to click. I don't believe you. I declare my disbelief while crossing my arms. He stares at me impassively and then scantily shrugs in acquiescence. Well, you saw right through me. There's no way those things would fit into the box. I threw all of it right away after you vanished. He says with a subtle squint in his eye, another lying tell of his, you're keeping my stuff. You have my undies in your spank, but I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? Wanna take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. This must be way more important than our poignant history. Hi, Azure! This man is secretly keeping old undies in a box anyway. Playing that in Faeology, it is a visual novel about fairy murders or something. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. It's a really big case, isn't it? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people, you must be at your wits' end about this. Thank you for the hydrating stretch. He looks away as if he's trying to hide how galling the circumstances at heart are. You drank a lot of... You guys drank alcohol after I went to sleep. I wanted to get drunk with you guys, but nope. Also, to be fair, I also ran out of alcohol at that point, so like... I wanted to drink with people. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang than take their bullets than have to see you again. Gee, that stings a little. So, why would you... Hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? Drunk Vampire Survivors was a fever dream? It's fun though. It's one of those games that are more fun drunk. He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to a heated discussion and then into arguments because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mystical beings. And yet you guys lived together for several months. Good job, gang. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get through here. Nah, fuck his emotions. What should I do next? Tease him. Fuck your emotions, bro. Oh, this must be killing you. Mister, I don't believe in things I can't see. He lets out a loud and sharp exhale, this time with a touch of indignation. Dry up, will you? I still don't believe they exist. I've been running around in circles with this case. For all I know, the perpetrators could just be some magicians playing tricks. But then I remember the crazy stuff a loony of a former betrothed once told me, and my hunch got stronger. And I ended up here. Seems like I touched a nerve. He must have been under a lot of pressure if he talks a blue streak like this. The case must be beyond big. My mistake. Guess I got a little carried away then. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle under the breath like a bolt from the blue. Hello, Battle Bunny! Ah! Hi! Hi, let me shout you out. The game hates me. Yep. Yeah, you can ask for a card. Go for it. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert on how it used to be, until the seriousness returned to his face. First things first. Since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask your sworn secrecy on this matter. I'm gonna draw a card for Battle Bunny. Fate sealed. I wish I could let you guys hear the shuffling sounds. But I can't. My mic doesn't pick up that good. Right. Seven of Swords. Where is my cheat sheet? Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Well, you're in a tricky situation, but don't worry. You can be sneaky about it. Whatever tricky situation you are in right now, you can solve with trickery. Let's go. That's your card for today. Crit Master, ayo. Ay. So tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of a paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. No problem. I like pulling cards. I forgot to pull cards about the tabletop campaign today. Oh well. Cards are just guides. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. They're from old money families, the types that make regular appearances at high society events. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death, he pauses. This is where the fairies come in? He silently stares and then sighs. I swear I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is the one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on the victims' families' faces, if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? The city's always running on fumes, crimes becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rise in crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet, I'm unsure of what words could suit those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never really been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grow deeper. You know, considering the victims' families' backgrounds, having these murders being exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible. No matter the cost. No matter who's to blame. You're right. Innocent people are going to bear the brunt of this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. I'm just a man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlifes in high places. He exhaled sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words have to be abandoned. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener. Better than most. His lips curl into an almost smile. I don't mind it at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manners of death I've said, forensics was puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity. I'd bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. But I'd be a fool to not go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in, nothing has been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for possible motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yeah, of course. They're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turned sour at full tilt. Who? That man? I said people. But yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Henkel, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. They're gay and they want to kiss. This is my theory now. Theo said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off, and always hated it whenever I had something to do with him. Though it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspapers, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why? Of course, he's always got a soft spot for you. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Hello, draw a tarot card. Let's go, Tavi. Is this for VTM or is this just general? Hi, Tavi. Hi, Madama. Yeah, this is for VTM. I'm gonna make this tree just for fun. This is what I usually do for VTM. Hi, Madama. Hi, Tavi. But I'm not using the brain rot deck right now, so 3 cards. 1, 2. Oh my, it's filled with pentacles. Mino just woke up, so he says hi. Okay. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. We have a lot of reverse cards right now. Pentacles is usually finances. Choto. 2 of Pentacles. So let me just read everything so I can like it all together. Woo! Well, this sure is your table. Okay, so finances are not really good right now, or at least things relating to my yep. Who keeps borrowing money? Finances or anything that leads to material wealth is not really doing good right now. You know what's also not doing good right now? Gambling. Gambling is not doing any good. There's not enough to gamble with. Also, your family might be doing some sus things, but I also find it funny that the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is like, stop gambling. God damn it. Your family is fighting, stop gambling. Last card is the Page of Swords in reverse. Get ready to come face to face with a bratty person or a bearer of bad news, but mostly someone who refuses to grow up. This could still be this is for the full table. It can be anyone. Who the fuck keeps gambling, huh? We are marked clear for this. Our table was yesterday. Yesterday was the table with the gamblers. I don't know what you guys are gambling with right now. Who's in today's table? Let me just check. Hold up. I know I'm pausing that in Faeology, but I'm like, wanna check who's in today's table. Yeah, you guys are the messy family table. Yeah. It's gonna be gambling with your feelings, maybe. Well, gambling with your feelings. I it's a messy family reading again. But yes, hi, I'm playing that in Faeology, and hopefully if I finish this prologue, I'm raiding on you guys. But yeah, it's a game where we are investigating fairy murders with my boyfriend, fiance, my ex-fiance, Black Varret. I don't know. Well, he happens to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you two an item now? I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel. But it was necessary to mention him. Basically, my ex is a police detective. I'm a, like, fairy scientist. He is very reluctant to bring the murder investigation to me, but he has to now because he's desperate. Look at this desperate widow boy. I don't know anybody else who would have had that much information about high society. Besides, there has never really been anything. Even if we did go to a fundraising events together from time to time, it was strictly business. Yet again, Tio seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Henkel. I don't have the time or the energy to argue about this. What should I do? Ugh. I'm gonna give him the truth. He's not gonna listen. We're not anything. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but those are work. I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know? Our relationship is strictly business. He gives me a dirty look. Sure, I believe you. Yeah, this is why we broke up, buddy. No, he doesn't. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right, it's none of my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about this case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about the blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take the blood samples to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims or their families at least. I trust your judgment. I take it this is you agreeing to help with the case? That's right. There are lives at stake. He let out a soft smile as though in quite agreement with what I said. Thank you. Shut the fuck up, you! We broke up, bitch! Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Understood. He has fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you'd be willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? That depends. If this is if this was indeed the fairies' doings, and if through your investigations you can provide solid theories on three things: the culprit, their method of murder, and their motive, supported by evidence, of course. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation, an earthly one, for now. Fair enough. I'd wager that you. No. We have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer. An answer that makes sense. I can feel the papers are close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare take on this challenge? Do I? I'll help even without being challenged. Fuck you. Even without being challenged, I'll still help you, you know? He stares at me impassively. Of course I know. Well, if you need anything from me, you can just ring me. Very well. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you ask. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. A bitch! That's good enough. I ought to get going. Maybe this'll be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. How do you... Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. I heard the door close. Hey! I exclaimed with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realized he must have noticed the missing newspapers on my desk and my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I'm reminiscing the few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals himself again now that we're all alone. That was quite a reunion. It was quite a reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although you don't have an obligation to help him. I know, but I've already agreed. Very well, just don't overwork yourself. Yeah, thanks, Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into thoughts. The victim's manner of death hardening bone into bony tissue could be one of the fairy's curses. Ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this and which one. But it's not that simple. Even if they are my longtime companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they are secretive about their land too. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. For some reason, he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve a pen and a paper, and I mumble myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Nah, let's be realistic. More fruitful than they have in the half a decade or so that you've been alive. Huh? Half a decade or so? Is Mr. Henkel a child? Believe it or not, I've been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk in the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Leo's Gala a couple of months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play with this? Be coy, be coy, be coy. You shall know my answer definitively if you find me on your arm on the evening of the event. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear her about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Tio was there to smooth things over for her. Now I arrived at the topic of Tio, or Detective Kraus as my patron refers. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Tio. How should I answer? Do I wanna fuck with Henkel? I mean, my thoughts wander back to him. It's just like not romantic, but you know. I murmur under my breath as I write. As for Tio, I must be honest that sometimes my thoughts wander back to him. However, such thoughts are fleeting at best. I have not a single moment of regret over the decision to end it. Upon signing off, I seal the letter with wax. I then turn toward my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed, time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. I'll see you later today. See you later, alligator. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to the office. Yes, Professor? Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Tio mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I handle the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we've been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How did it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought to me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match at least. Yeah, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm all alone in my office again. Remembering the conversation about the case, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable, eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. Da-da-dun! Oh shit, let's go, investigation! Drag and drop an item from the inventory to the desk. Then select an item in the records, then press the icon to open the inspector and read the insights you've gathered. Hover over the magnifying glass above the evidence to access the information and see details in it. Use the black light to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end investigation. Alright, desk, records, I have this. Let's read this. Can I read this? Oh, we have photos. Photos. Oh, look at all of those dead women. Dead woman, dead woman. Look at all of those dead women. Let's put all the case files on the table. I think that's you. Okay, this is Susan Moore. Audrey Woolridge. Are you number 3? Okay, Edna Neblet. And what's her face? I forgot her name! Mary Hatcher. Alright, tools. Fae Encyclopedia, magnifying glass, backlight. Okay, let's look at this. Help. Okay, select an item in records, press the icon to open inspector. What? Okay, Can I clear my desk? Right, let's do this again. Okay. Let's say I open this, I press this. Okay, case 1, Audrey Woodridge. Ayo? That's it? I'm kind of confused. How does this work? Okay. Photo of Audrey Woodridge. Tools. Do I move this out? Okay. Fae Encyclopedia. Oh, the first victim's crime scene. This is the first time I encountered something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Huh? Something's odd with her fingers. Is there? Is there something odd with her fingers? Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does she have a thumb? Is that it? Can I backlight this? No. How do I read the case file? Do I just like go, whoa? How do I read the case files? Select item in the records, press icon to open inspector. Oh, Shoto. I think this isn't supposed to leave my record. No? Whew, okay. Help. Let's do this again. Let's see if I can understand it. Select an item in records, press the icon to open the investigator, and read insights you've gathered. Over magnifying glass above the evidence to access information and see details within it. Use backlight to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end investigation. First victim's crime scene. Nothing here. Okay. Some phaeologists have applied Darwin's theory of natural selection to faykind by putting them in the same genealogical timeline as insects, especially the La, Lepidoptera group, which includes moths and butterflies. This is supported by their similarities to each other. Beneath the special black lights, some species of butterflies can glow by having a chemical known as phosphorus, which fairies also have. Okay. The similarities of fairies and insects, as well as birds and others in the animal kingdom, manifest in terms of parents of fairy magical abilities. One magical skill possessed by some fae is transfiguration, which is similar to metamorphosis. Wielders of transfigurative spells can make themselves or fellow fae take on another form, including appearing human. Many high faes have heightened powers of suggestion through the emission of toxins capable of causing hypnosis or illusions. Although quite rare, some high faes can transform living beings into solid objects, such as stone or bone. Another example of Fey magic is invisibility, which is similar to camouflage. There may be other types of magical powers that have not yet been documented. There are two main factions of High Fae, the Scribes and the Warriors. The Scribes are known for their defensive magic and their intelligence. The Warriors are known for their power and their offensive magic. Meanwhile, the Low Fae faction is comprised of Faes with limited parasitic magic. They are widely maligned species that like to consume human blood, hormones, and even souls. See, the Fae are scary. What the fuck are you eating? The history of the Fae class conflict is not very well documented. It appears that there are quarrels between these factions for the other faction as there is a certain level of disdain for the other faction. However, disputes also occur between fairies of the same faction. Nonetheless, both factions of High Fae deem parasites despicable low Fae due to their limited and parasitic nature of their magic. Black light of all Fae kinds seem to be weak against iron. Although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood drugs, does not seem to ward off fairies. Historically, cold iron was often forged as weapons and used to repel fairy magic. The intricate use of iron combined with physical and chemistry is applied to by Faeologists to develop a special black light to detect and distinguish blah 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 blah. That the last page. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue, warrior red, and parasitic purple. Sustained black light illumination on an object imbued with fairy magic may reveal intricate details about certain complex spells. Okay, I can check this out. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the other photo. Not Edna. Let's look at Susan Moore. Tell me more, tell me more. There seems to be this second victim's crime scene. Her complexion, it's not as pale of a hue as that. Far paler should have been possible, almost drained of color. Huh? Something's odd with her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro, okay. Okay, there are unconfirmed rumors some high faes like to capture humans and bring them into fairyland for purposes such as forced reproduction. Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Servitude, ritualized combat for their amusement, and so on. There's 6 fingers here. The fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. The changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. Due to the complexity of fae magic required to create a changeling, the enchantment almost always goes awry. Anomalies common among changelings include an extra finger and an extra toe. They are generated by AI. Nearby heat conductors, such as small metallic objects, have also been known to repel or to warp magic changelings. There's changeling magic afoot, I think. Let's look at 3 and 4. I feel like their fingers are also gonna be weird. This is the third victim's crime scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before that never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. What about that thing? This is the fourth victim's crime scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see you being so stolen abruptly. Oh, her fingies aren't weird in this one. Is this even moving? Select an item in records and then press the icon to open Inspector and read the insights you've gathered. Over magnifying glass to access the information and see details on it. Use the backlight to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. This one, there's nothing weird about this one's fingies. First victim, second victim, third victim, the fourth. Arms are marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. Hearts, ounce are marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Why do I link ideas? Select item and records, press icon to open investigator, read insights over magnifying glass, backlight to see invisible, read encyclopedia, press additional insights. Uh-huh. Scribe assists humans. Example, scribes may give blessings to farmers. Blessings last through generation. May also use their magic as a curse. Prone to play pranks. High face. Groups protective. Smite anyone who interferes with them. Offensive magic. Know their boundaries. Caution is strongly advised. Parasitic. Limited, needs to feed through multiple energy sources. Okay. Listen, I'm pretty sure there's a changeling at work. How I prove that would be a struggle. Hmm. Ants are marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. Do, 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 do. How do I click out the screen? There it is, mom. The arts are going down. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. This is the first one who wasn't poisoned. There's nothing odd in the photograph. There's also nothing odd. We, does the case files not say how many fingers my... Okay, Edward Niblet, manner of 64, manner of death, knowing on her own fingers down to the bone. Time of death, 10 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. A friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. A friend also wanted to check in on the victim's well-being as she had allegedly been acting strangely at the party the night before. According to a friend, she witnessed an emotionally charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. However, the friend didn't take much of the interaction at the time. At the crime scene, the investigation car dropped off by the friend was seen close to the victim's corpse and was taken in as evidence. Forensic report, no traces of drugs and poisons, blood type unknown, other blood-related investigations underway. Blood does not contain iron. Okay, this is the lady who does not contain iron in blood. How do we even read this? Okay, Audrey Woodridge, age 51, manner of death, hardening into bone tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death, 1 p.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman of the city. The victim reported hearing strange noises and strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. No traces of drug or poisons could have been extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Woolrich. Now that's a familiar name. Okay, this is 2. Let's go for 3. Edna Niblet, 64 years old, gnawing at her own fingers. Oh, we already read this. Can I read? Ooh. Susan Moore, age 40 years old. Manner of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Time of death, 1 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victim's mother reported that the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. Despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No traces of drugs or poisons. Blood does not contain iron. My friend just gaslit himself into playing Black Panther into playing Blade in Marvel Rivals. Good job, friend. I believe in you. Let me just get another drink of water. I'm getting a little sleepy for some reason. I don't think it's the game's fault. I think it's just my brain doing a brain. Ah. Let's read. Mary Hatcher, age 19. Manner of death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. The time of death around 6 p.m. Okay, this one is weird. Victim profile, a young factory girl. Despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim profiles, she has preliminarily included in this case because she was seen having a heated conversation with a third victim shortly before the victim's death. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She then appeared to change her mind. She hurriedly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Prior to that, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping, followed by diarrhea and vomiting consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Traces of said poisoning can be found in the blood type A and the glass she was drinking from near the time of death. Blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in blood. An investigation. That was all the info we got. A knock at the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun had set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Come in. My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yeah, she's just out of the door. I must say I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. Alright, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It has only been 3 years since she worked at this university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So, what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there's no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this fairy related? Her question prompts me to ask myself to what extent of the case can I divulge to her. You did say I may ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing the crime scene photographs? As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice had taken a higher pitch. This is so exciting! Are you working with the police? Does this mean we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in the newspapers, aren't we? And not on the usual corner spots, too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement of Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. The specific sound is familiar. More familiar than when my assistant knocks. Special delivery. Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. And what, pray, might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffles for your office. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. Hello, always, SJMB. We are playing Death and Faeology, a game where we are investigating a fairy-related murder while trying to get grants for our office for our scientific endeavor of studying fairies. I hope you enjoy the game. It's just a demo because the game will be out like sometime this year, but I've also been waiting for this game to come out for a while now. It's a part of the Hungry Ghost Festival. If you want to check out the games in the Hungry Ghost Festival, it's mostly horror games. Some of them, mostly horror games. All of them have something to do with the supernatural. You can check out the pinned comment. I didn't expect to see you in this office. Hello, Mr. Henkel. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. He chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. The men in this game, they're all red flags and they're all into me. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you in the latest soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor. Then all of the secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out financially speaking. Yeah, I sugar daddied him out. Yep. Oh, I'm not buying that one. Not for a second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well now, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of a delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that is why you are such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoke post-haste. I turned you down, buddy, but okay. Are you putting a spell on your letters by any chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guard down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. Oh no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Henkel to return another day since I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. He could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup in evidence. She would also know the social happenings among the wealthy elites. On the other hand, Mr. Henkel is also a viable candidate for an interview. His connections within high society knows no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. Since he's been funding my research for a long time, he's also more familiar with fairy topics. Whom should I interview? Do I interview my sugar daddy or do I interview my work colleague? Tough choice. Let's ask the cards. Alright, cards. If this card comes up as odd, it's Henkel. If it's even, it's Rayford. If it's a major arcana, we draw again. It is even. Okay, it's Dr. Rayford. Let's ask Dr. Rayford. Dr. Rayford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. One of my cards fell. Hold up. All right. Dr. Rayford glances at me and then Mr. Henkel and then back at me with a glimmer of mischief in her smile. Are you sure, Professor? I let out a resigned sigh. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to deal with her teasing. Yes. When I address my patron once more, regret colors my tone. Mr. Henkel, would you mind coming back another day? I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course, I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for dropping off those muffins, he replies with a smile. I'll see you soon, right? As soon as possible, I promise. Mr. Henkel and Dr. Rayford exchange brief goodbyes. My patron then departs. I'm alone with the chemist again. Hello, the one here, kamusta? We are playing Death and Faeology. Well, the prologue of Death and Faeology. It is a dating sim. I'm not entirely sure. Dating sim? Wait, is it a dating sim? It is a visual novel. I'm not even sure if it's an otome game because the protagonist is... We're not sure of their gender. But yeah, it is a visual novel where we are a professor of Faeology, the study of fairies, and our ex has just contacted us to investigate a murder. He's our ex for a reason. And now we are asking one of our colleagues to give us information on why the blood of the murder victims do not have iron on them. Yet there is a subplot of messy relationships, but also my fairy is cute. He hasn't appeared in a while. Doctor, I might need your further assistance regarding the blood samples and also something more pressing. So it is true, you are working with the police. I suppose. Detective Krause consulted me this morning on an ongoing criminal case. Oh, do I sense some old flame flickering back to life? Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor. It has been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. There's a hint of disbelief in her eyes, but I won't indulge in her playful teasing as there is more important matter at hand. I clear my throat. So, I would like to ask you for information and if you may be acquainted with some of the victims or their friends and families. All right. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you. Although I do need your sworn secrecy on this. Of course. I'm adept at keeping secrets. You need not worry. Those samples I analyzed are part of evidence in this case, right? That's right. Let's begin. I tell her the fundamental facts of the case while she listens silently, all the while. When I finish my summation, she has only one word to say to me. Interesting. Okay, so this is what we have so far. These are the murder victims, right? Oh, I just have to show it to her now? Alright. So, we have Audrey Woodridge. She got turned into, like, bone. And she has 6 fingers in one hand. The other victim is Susan Moore. She refused to eat anything, just wanted to drink her own blood. Again, 6 fingers on one hand. Next victim is Edna Niblett. 6 fingers on this hand. She has been gnawing on her own fingers down to the bone. Last is Mary Hatcher. Actually died of poisoning, also like much younger than the other women. The first 3 women, hello, Mushroom Mallow Dev. Hi, chat. Oh my god, you're the Dev! Ah! Ah! Don't look at me! Hi, welcome. Nice game. The men are all red flags, but red is my favorite color, so we'll see where it will go. You're welcome. I've been looking forward to this since like the last, like, what was the last festival that I joined from Southeast Asian Game Aesthetic? But like I was full up that time, so I was like, damn it, I'll play it next time. Here we are. Okay, this is the factory worker. She's 19. She's not like the other girls over here who are like in their 40s and rich. And she got poisoned. Yay. Woodridge. Oh, boy. This is new. Alright, that's new. Woolridge family photo. Wait, who's Woolridge? Oh. More family photo. Tell me more. Tell me more. Old coin. Makeup. Ayo, okay. That's record. Office. Alright. I'm gonna show you this photo. I wonder if it's too much for her. Is this Mrs. Woolridge? It's a little difficult to recognize her because of the... Well... She speaks with her usual sunny lilt, which is quite surprising. I guess she's got a strong stomach. She works in chemistry. I feel like... Listen, scientists are made of tough stuff. Pretty sure she'll be fine. What do you know of her? Everyone knows her and her family, that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the city, the elite of the elites. Accordingly, their circle consists only of very selective people, such as your patron, I imagine. Damn it, I should have interviewed him. But he was getting kind of weird with me, so I'm like, I talked to woman. Oh, then their family likes to host charity events. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know about her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is a result of occult matters? That's certainly a possibility. Alright, I'm gonna show you another photo of a murdered woman. Let's go. Mrs. Moore. She seems to recognize this victim quite fast. We've met once or twice at a clothing store and exchanged a few pleasantries. Occasionally, I would see her and her husband at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. Nothing to say about her being murdered? Alrighty then. They're a lovely couple, she says, staring at the photo of a murdered woman. This is Mrs. Moore and her family. Could you tell me what I know about her? Hello! Hi, BG Noise. Wait, do I call you BG? BG Noise. Welcome, welcome. We are playing Death and Faeology. It is a visual novel. Well, we still have the prologue, the demo prologue, in which we are a scientist, quote unquote, of Faeology, the study of fairies, and our ex fiance slash a detective decided to reluctantly get us roped into a series of murders, serial murders of middle-aged women. Because the murders may or may not have something to do with fairies, but he also does not believe in fairies. So like, boo hoo hoo, we're stuck with this case now. All right, Noise, we're calling you Noise. Could you tell me what you know about them? I think it's set in the 1920s America. America. The art is pretty. The art is pretty. Cozy world to live in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, fairy murders. Guys, I'm gonna say this again. The scariest type of monster to me are Faefolk. Giants? Nah. Demons? Nah. Faefolk? Holy shit. Scary. Well, I've heard that when Mrs. Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, for whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see. Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. Oh, thank you. Then she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur. They were hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away just when she needed it most. Dr. Rayford seems to know more about Mrs. Moore than she let on earlier. While she sounds quite sympathetic, I can somehow sense a hint of jealousy in her voice. Oh, are we spinsters? How old is Susan Moore again? I forgot. Is she the woman in her fort? No, this is the woman in her fort. I forgot their ages. All I know is they are at least above 40. But yeah, hey, thank you. I do my best. This is a family photograph of the Woolridges. Ah, yes. It was everywhere in the papers when her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful socialites. The other man here is Mrs. Woolridge's stepbrother. Do you know anything about these people? Aside from being fabulously wealthy and well-known? Not particularly. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, this is... Okay, this is the stepbrother. This is Woolridge, right? It's kind of hard to tell because he turned into stone. So, like... Okay, this is Woolridge. This is the victim. Biological father, stepmother, stepbrother. What can you tell me about this coin? I've never seen this kind of coin before. Is it rare? I don't know. I just saw this coin right now. Oh shit, that's a lot of... Alright. I did not see that. Ah, my parents' greatest achievement. One of the things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. I don't know much about makeup. How popular is this powder among high society? The powder has been the craze lately upon the upper class, since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisement. Well, I'll be. Okay. I did not see the second page ring. Oh, wait. Toto. Well, this is the ring on this photo, right? That's the ring. My, are you proposing to me, Professor? I'm afraid my heart still belongs to my late husband. I can hear sorrow seeping through her peppy voice. Quietly, I slipped the ring back into the box. What the hell? Okay. This is tomorrow's gala. I'll not be going there since the opera is playing. I didn't know you were into the opera, Doctor. My late husband and I used to go there for one of our date nights. Sadness leaks through her eyes even though her smile stays bright. I hadn't the faintest idea she'd been married before. Speaking of which, I spotted Detective Krause at the Met during last month's performance. A proposal? Oh, can we date her? Awa? Awa? Her husband's dead. It should be fine. He appeared to be enjoying the opera, accompanied by an attractive, tall, blonde woman. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh. It was quite an unexpected sight. He got over me already. Oh. I never took him for an admirer of opera. Well, that's a new one to me. Hey yo, she's like, I give you chismes. I give you that chica. I give you the hot gossip. What is this? This is blood. Okay, Edna Nebbit is okay. This one, the lady who bit her fingers off. I yes, the most intriguing piece of evidence. It's weird, isn't it, that it doesn't contain iron at all, even though it looks just like human blood? Not to mention the high percentage of phosphorus. Would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy after all? Only if I'm allowed. Is there any insight from chemistry as to why there would be no iron in the red-colored blood? Sadly, no. I'm just as puzzled myself. All is fair in love and war. I realize I haven't shown her the photos of like the other victims. Oh yes, I know her. Although I can't seem to recall her name. Mrs. Niblet. That's right! I saw her quite often at the auction, only going for rare coins. As usual, the winning bid was hers. I wonder if some of those coins carried some sort of curse, since they came from God knows where. A bad thing to say about a woman who just died, but alright, Florence. Alright, let's show her the 19-year-old corpse. You happen to know this girl? Unfortunately, no. I don't know her. She's poor. That she's poor was not a part of it. It's surprising that she seemed rather unfazed by the gruesome photographs. I wonder if she's seen worse deaths caused by chemicals. Although even if I had seen worse, I doubt I could muster such cheer. I'd never realized this peculiar side of her. I don't want to end the interview. I still have to ask a few questions about blood, like Mary Hatcher's blood. I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample. Yes, that was reported by the forensics team too. One wonders who could have done such a thing to the poor girl. Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. I haven't done that in some time, not since the university contract. But I'm sure the detective has asked his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city. Don't you think? Alright, one last evidence to show. Lab report. I've done my best to put all the details here, although I might have missed something regarding the curious blood sample. Okay, so what is the details? Nothing. End interview. Are you sure you've gotten all the information? Have I? Have I? Maybe. It's a demo. It's a demo. I believe we're going up, up. I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information for now. Is that so? Well, alright. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. It's no problem, Blizzard. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else. I give her a brief nod. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Best girl! Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? No, I'll be perfectly fine. Lizard. I think I'll stay and work up for a bit longer. Okay. See you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. I have some time until I have to wrap up my workday and head home from the office. Alright, let's look at some murder evidence. Oh, I accidentally clicked. I feel like what do you mean end investigation? I just started. Oh wait, I think I already looked at this. What haven't I looked at? This one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, this one, this one. What is this? Lab report, case files. Oh, not the case files. Oh shit! Oh, the coin's on fire. Huh? What's happening? The coin's on fire. What about yours? That's the way I like it. Okay, red is, if I believe correctly, our red is okay, hold up. Warrior magic is oh, hold up. Up. I need to like space things out on my desk. Okay. Okay, appear scribe magic is blue, warrior magic red. Parasitic magic is purple or violet. Scribes are the defense magic and smart fairies. Warrior is offense magic and um what was it? The warriors are the one who are kind of antagonizing humans. I did not read about scribe and warriors earlier. Hold on. The scribes are high fays who are capable of expressing benevolence and kindness that is similar to humans' kindness, and they tend to be friendlier to humans. I don't trust them. However, this kindness is only shown in the form of favor exchanges. See? This is why they're sus. They do not go out of their way to help others like humans would. The scribe magic that assists humans is contingent upon the favor that humans deliver to them. Don't believe the fairies, guys. For example, some scribes fae may use their magic to give blessings to humans who have done very special favors or boons for them via inheritable invisible markings such as sigils or birthmarks. These blessings can last through generations. The rumored fae-touched bloodlines have been wealthy and powerful through the decades that they have been favored. However, they may also use their magic as a curse, sometimes even deadly. If they feel offended or insulted, some scribe fairies are also prone to pranks and mischief when they are bored. Fucking fairies, man. Warrior fairies, the high fays of the warrior faction, frequently reside in groups and are territorial. They are protective of their troops and tend to be unfriendly towards outsiders, especially if they come from the scribe faction or are human. They will smite anyone who interferes with their group. Humans entering their territory, even if accidentally, may face elimination through the warrior's offensive magic. Although fairy warrior types remain within their own kind and seldom venture beyond the boundaries of the fairy realm, they are known for their aggressive temperament and volatile disposition. Caution is strongly advised when encountering and interacting with these beings. I am still more scared of the scribes. Parasitic fairies are limited magic, consistently need to feed off other sources of energy, mostly drained from humans, such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. However, the mechanisms and rates at which these drainage processes occur are greatly varied. Okay, yeah. Okay, that means I've already read through this. Yippee! God, this coin is on fire. Leos Gala. What Dr. Rayford said about Theo comes to mind. I wonder if he's moved on after all. It's fine. Theo's kind of a dick. It's fine. 8 o'clock in the evening. I did not read the bond. Fairest at finest attire requested. Okay, there's nothing suspicious here. Oh man, wouldn't it be funny if this was radioactive? No surprise the powder has been all the rage with the upper set. They managed to get Mary Pickford for the advertisements. That must have been where I know it from. Wouldn't it be funny if this had like phosphorus? Oh, it's fine. It's nothing. It's nothing. I can't even begin to imagine how her husband must feel. losing his soulmate this way. Oh yeah, this was from the lady who refused to eat, right? Oh, oh, same red. Same red as this one. It's warrior? Red is warrior, right? I wasn't looking at you. Oh. Okay, yeah, red is warrior. There we go. Back to the tool set with you. This is... I don't know what this is. Oh, phosphorus. I've read somewhere that most insects don't have iron on their blood. Okay, this is the victim's blood with no iron. It's also red. So it also glows the warrior fairy red. Oh. Okay, this one has nothing. This is from the arsenic poisoning. Right? It's the next afternoon. I should be grading assignments, or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professional duties, professorial duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more towards the office door. I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. I love the fairy design. Have you saved your I haven't. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Oh shit, I almost pressed exit game. He will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time, he came to you bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion's chirping has become increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite in this manner. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. No matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one who needs to solve this case. You're right. Of course you are. I'm not a detective. I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck. I whispered a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention towards the door. Come in. My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. All right, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scenes unfolded. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Man, the music changed. Mom, the music changed. It's gonna be... It feels like visual novel boss fight music. Let's go. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victim's odd behavior shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from the fairies. The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seemed she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? And the matter of that, he interrupts me before I could finish. I've no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our departments this morning. They said they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looks so agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. Yes, I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics since I'm pretty sure you've discarded the things I've told you in the past. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies: warrior, scribe, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic. Scribe's magic tends to be defensive, and parasitic magic as well. Parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called blacklight to detect traces of Fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. I found that seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one is the culprit? Warrior. It's red. They're of the warrior class. What is the evidence? Third victim's blood sample was red. But also the ring, but mostly the blood sample. How does this prove warrior involvement? I slot the blood sample beneath the black light to show the magic traces. You see, there's a glow of purple and red under the black light. How do the purple traces or parasitic magic, as you say, have a part in this? I did not see the purple. Oh, I thought it was special effects. The blood is fairy blood? That's because the blood is fairies and their blood contains traces of their own magic. This is further supported by the blood sample analysis. No, it's okay, I got this. I think. Fairies' blood has a high content of phosphorus, just like reported. Adding to that, the missing iron. Fairies have an aversion towards iron. They don't have iron on their blood. They can still, however, withstand the iron in a human blood. That's why some parasitic fae like to drink our blood. As I ramble on, Theo listens intently with a slightly surprised look on his face every time I start a new sentence. To be honest, I'm out of words at this moment. What else you've got? The ring. How does this prove warrior involvement? I place the ring beneath the black light. You see, Mrs. Moore's ring glows purple and red under the black light. But why does it glow purple as well? It's part of transformation magic, yeah? That is because the ring is part of transformation magic. When the parasitic fae is transformed into a changeling or human look-alike, high fae magic is able to copy everything, including Mrs. Moore's wedding ring. There's a sudden silence in the air as Theo's eyes widen in consternation. What the hell are we dealing with here? He mutters in a voice that's filled with dismay. What else you got? The textured coin. How does this prove warrior involvement? I invite Theo to see the textured coin under the black light. The texture is of fae, and you see, there's a glow of purple and red under the black light. How does the purple traces or parasitic magic, as you say, have a part in this? That's because the fae texture is parasitic. Alright, but how does it connect to warrior magic? Why does the coin look like this? His perceptive questions stagger me. It feels something is amiss. There appears to be strong evidence pointing towards warrior involvement. Based on what you've shown me, parasitic fairies are one way or another connected to the manner of killing. But you also haven't told me how the warrior fairies killed the victims. Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? Warriors replaced the victims with changelings and killed the changelings with ossification and hallucination spells. I think there's changeling involvement because everyone has 6 fucking fingers except for the last victim. Which begs the question, where are the original women? The warrior high fae used their transformation magic to turn parasitic fae into human lookalikes of their victims, which are often called changelings. Changelings? I take out the crime scene photographs of with middle-aged victims and lay them out on the table. Using the magnifying glass, I show the oddity in the victim's hands to Theo. This is one of the possible anomalies that's likely to happen due to the complexity of transformation magic used in creating changelings. They made ChatGPT fucking copies with 6 fingers. As famous as these ladies' families are, it would have been a big thing on the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. I don't seem to remember anything like that in the newspapers. Do you? No, me neither. Hugh looks away as though trying to remember all the newspapers he had read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood sample since the corpses are not human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze again before continuing. They then murder the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It is done to cover up what they really did to the real humans. What they really did? Like what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland destined to wed certain fairies and bring forth offspring. Or be employed as a slave. See, this is why fairies are scary. Fucking, even in Filipino folklore, fairies are like, we're gonna take you. Do you think we're pretty? Oh what? Yoink. Are human now. Dance for us, human. And then when they free you, they just like set you out into some random banana field or something and you're already insane. Fairies are scary, man. Or be tortured for amusement until they die. I shiver at the thought of it happening to those poor ladies. Tabi-tabi po, pasantabi po. I'm so sorry, Faefolk who might be listening. I'm just speaking the truth. The last time I shit talked like Faefolk while streaming, my phone broke. So like, fairies, I'm so sorry. I respect you and all in a fearful way. I shiver at the thought of it happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thoughts as well. Hold on. Are you saying they might still be alive? There's a chance. Yet the realm of fairies is still an enigma even for those who study their kind. The Faeologists in this university have barely met any living fairies. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, aren't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I genuinely do not know how to get them back. I will keep trying nonetheless. We both fell silent, as though a heavy weight had settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on your investigation, what could be the rationale between the warrior fairy's actions? Let me save scum. I am a visual novel player. Save scumming is my life. Return. It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies do what they do since they don't follow human rules or morality. However, I've found that warriors hate humans. Oh shit, I forgot what I read. Maybe this one? The warriors especially are aggressive and unfriendly towards outsiders. Perhaps they... Hey, what are you doing? Before I knew it, Theo is fiddling with the blacklight and family photographs. Odd that the victims have blue symbols on their hands. Suddenly, something clicks inside my brain. Wait, you're right. Oh, thank you, Theo. You're so smart. Mwah! I knew I was right to almost marry you. You're still a dick. 3 of the victims come from old money families, with both having scribe sigils. The sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune and is passed down through generations. I'm pretty sure Mrs. Niblet would have the same sigil. So the warriors might have targeted this poor lady specifically. Theo appears amused as he observes my unfolding revelation. That does make sense. You just ought to be more thorough, it seems. Lastly, what have you found on the poor girl, Mary Hatcher? Any connections to the fairies? The chemist's report is similar to the case files. The blood is normal human blood, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any signs of the fairy magic from the evidence. She mentioned that you might already be collecting purchase records from chemists all over the city. That's right. We're still investigating whether someone has a link to the girl. I see. The chemist's parents own a cosmetic company that produces the makeup powder on the evidence. She said it is popular among the upper class ladies lately since they've gotten Mary Pickford to do the advertisements. He picks out a small notebook and pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure if this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I ought to note down the things we've talked about today as well. Your findings really threw me for a loop. I forgot to take notes. How irresponsible of you, ex-fiancé. Of course, take your time. While Theo is writing, I tidy up my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you've got? That's all I have for now. He puts his notebook and pen back in his closet coat. He heaves a sigh so heavy I can believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, there's a glint of something that wasn't there before. This fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we've started this discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing is blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair outside. I always knew you were clever. Nah, you can't have me back. You can't. Don't smile at me like that. I'm weak. Even though I feel there are still some missing pieces to this puzzle, you've done well. Oh, thank you for the lurk, monkey. I'm quite impressed. Thank you, Theo. He answers with a soft smile. Well, we've still got our work cut out for us. But at least for now, innocent people won't get thrown in jail, thanks to you. I'm glad I could help. Now, I just need to convince the chief and the papers. Thing is, I might have to bring up your name in my report. I can't predict how the papers would handle this, but it's possible they'll mention you and Faeology. This is good for your field, of course. Are you sure? Is being linked to murder good for our field? Also, hold up, let me just check. I'm also planning to raid. I already know who I'm raiding tonight, so they're usually alive at this point. Oh. Okay, not yet. All right, let's go. This is good for your field, of course. Oh, thank you for the hydrate reading. I have a glass of water ready. But it could draw unwanted, dangerous attention your way. I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. This is what the field needs. Notoriety. Indeed, you're more than capable of taking care of yourself. I know that very well. Don't smile at me like that, Theo. I'm weak. Take me back in your arms or something. I'm sorry, I should talk to you. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade and he lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day's certainly been a ride. Glances at his wristwatch. Wristwatch. What a word. I've still got some time until I have to get back to the station. Okay, Mags, remember, Theo is someone else now. He has someone else now. Take me back. Fancy a drink with me? Yeah. You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with way less judgment this time. Just like I promised. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, I get it. Besides, I ought to finish some work. My true marriage. Work. Me and work. Mwah, mwah. I love work. Alright. I'd better get going then. Be sure to take care of yourself. Same goes for you. The detective leaves. I get back to work. I finish grading the remaining assignments. When that's over, I summon my assistant to my office. You need anything, Professor? I'm in a celebratory mood. You want to have a drink with me? This is an option? Yo? Wait, this is highly illegal. This is fine. Why not? It is a Friday. What are we celebrating? A good day's work. For you and for me. Yes, she is! Yes! I'm in a position of power and I'm gonna use it. No, I won't. Maybe. She is cute though. I love the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Bruno Bucciolati here. And she's wearing pants. That's hot. Ending 3, a good day's work. There are multiple endings? It's another afternoon in the office. My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project that I've been considering. Now that Faeology might be getting increased credibility, there are 7 endings in the demo alone. I could have botched one of the investigation CP. Especially with the police, I think we should examine the prevalence of strange deaths caused by fairies. Don't you think, Mr. Henkel? The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm not so sure about that. Oh, wait, Oscar. Oh, wait, his name is Oscar. My fairy's name is Oz. That's weird. But also, let me just check if the people are here. Nope, they're still at lounge. It would take some time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus your research on Warrior Phase? So Tomate, his name is Oscar. My fairy's Oz. Sus. But also, I just could be overthinking it. He's wearing blue. My fairy's wearing blue. I could be overthinking it. Sir, let me check your nose. Can I check the place under your nose? I'm not sure if this carries over in other mythologies, but like in Filipino mythology, the way to suss out Faefolk who are pretending to be human is you look under their nose, and then if it's like smooth all the way down to the lip, that's a fairy. If it has that groove called the philtrum, that's human. Is what my grandpa told me. I will never know because this is a drawing. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus on your research on Warrior Phase? Oh, the gang's all here. We have to talk. Before I can respond, 2 individuals suddenly barge into my office. Sorry, I tried to stop him but couldn't. Even though I've told him that you're in a meeting right now. That's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles at Tio as she walks out. What's eating you, Tio? Tio doesn't so much glance at Mr. Henkel. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh. Oh no. At a glance I can see the phrases, fairies are real, evil is afoot, and fairies killing humans spelled out in loud and bold, oversized letters. As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It is not the chief's statement that made the front page. It's another bizarre murder. This time, the victim is a beloved celebrity. Oh, is it the lady in the makeup box? She danced until her body gave out. They wrote out all the excessively grisly details connected to her death. Moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. They've depicted fairies as evil enemies of mankind, and in some parts, they even insinuate that war between beings is brewing. Reading all of this makes my heart sink and my stomach churn. I need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of this latest incident look similar to what we've uncovered from the previous murders. Given everything, I'd say fairies definitely in the picture here. Though it's still hard to make heads or tails of all this. It's very difficult to grasp their motives, but judging by the methods and frequency, I have to say, this is significant. Something big might be going on in the land of the fairies. As the conversation unfolds, Mr. Henkel appears to be in deep thought. I need you to check something real quick. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the black light from my drawer and examine the photograph closely. Both Miss Theo and Mr. Henkel peek over my shoulder to see, can I date Mr. Henkel? She looks kinda... I can give it a shot for money. A sigil. The same one as the other 3 victims had. I suppose we can now establish that these are targeted murders. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Henkel is nodding with me. Although the fourth victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have the sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. She's poor. Therefore, unfortunately, no one gives a shit. Nobody in the purchase records has a strong link to the girl. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Nero, tell me if Denma's stream has started. Please. Has it started? Has it? Okay, not yet. Alright. Happy Hungry Ghost Fest. Yeah, let's go. Nero Ignis Art. Nero, since we're in the same table. Isn't this just Varret? Isn't this just Varret? It's sewerless Varret. Anyway, we're asking around here and there. Yeah. So okay, so to summarize, quick summary of this plot so far, we are a Faeologist, therefore we are studying the realm of fairies and fairy magic. This is our ex-fiance, Theodore. He's a detective. He used to not believe in fairies, except now he is in the middle of the case where the culprits seem to really be fairies. This is Oscar. He's our sugar daddy. He's our patron. He's an old man who likes giving us money. We also have a fairy companion named Oz. A colleague, a chemist colleague called Florence, and an assistant called Minnie. Minnie is very cute. Sugar daddy, you say, sign me up. How do you like fairies? Hey, hi Asher, welcome back. The girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. Her squabble with Mrs. Niblet is the strongest lead we have. Oh, hold up, she's in a fight with one of them. Alright. A striking realization dawns upon me. What if a fairy transformed into a human and purchased the poison? What? They can do that? I just told you about changelings last night, bro. What do you mean, what they can do that? Suddenly, Mr. Henkel's familiar voice fills the room after his long stretch of silence. Oh yes, detective. Although when a fairy shifts into a human shape, they cannot assume the identity of someone already living. Your culprit may well be a name on the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud that my my patron, is reading all the knowledge this university has to offer. Theo flinches at Mr. Henkel's input, clearly having dismissed him as a part of the furniture. He then scoffs. Theo, bad boy, down, ex-boyfriend, down. Bad ex-boyfriend, bad? What the... Wait, I have the sound effects for this. This is what we do. This is what we do to the bad ex. Ah! All I get from Theo is a shrug. Surprisingly, he turns down toward the patron. From what I've come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. They've no need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Henkel only replies with a smile. Well, that's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Henkel and talks directly to me. I should mention that I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow? I'll see what I can do. Alright, I've gotta go. I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology that you should read. Without so much as a word of goodbye to Mr. Henkel, Theo turns and leaves. I think Theo and Mr. Henkel should kiss. And Mr. Henkel should still give me money for introducing Theo to him. That is my theory. That is how we make money for Faeology. I pick up the paper again and continue reading, while Mr. Henkel silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite markedly, but its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Although the police chief spoke of our help, the papers continue to raise doubts about our involvement in these killings. The Faeology University a friend? Or a foe? No! No! No, it's done! No! I want more! No! More, please. No! I want more. Death and Faeology Prologue. I want more! Mushroom Mallow, please. Please, lead director, artist, Mushroom Mallow. When more? More, please. I was just starting to get hooked on the plot. And now it's gone. And now it's gone. Writing. Lacy Lulu Cat. Initial concept and outline by B.L. McDarragh. Narrative design. Script rewrite Lely. Programming Melissa Furman. Item art Apple Cider Donut. Music Mew. Nicholas Gasparini. Oh, God bless Dova Syndrome. It also saves a lot of VTubers. The Raven's Lullaby by Vivek Abhishek. SFX Dova Syndrome, free sound, logo font, Yuta Oni. The logo's so good, by the way. Special thanks to Quality Mistakes for the precious feedback, everyone who put their interest in this project and supported us during development, and to you or they. I want more. There isn't even a gallery because it's a prologue. I want more. Wait, let me check. Okay, guys, let me check if like the person that I want. Mushroom Mallow, I want more. Please, Game Deb. Please, Game Deb. Is there more? Is there more? Let me check if we're working on a new update at the moment. It's gonna take a while until we roll out the update. You know what? Understandable. Understandable, have they? Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem, Zia. Zia, are they streaming now? Are they? I forgot that I read fast. I will hold on. Anyway, hi guys. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome to the end of I enjoyed the demo. Enjoyed it so much. I mean, it took a while for me to get like the investigation part, but after that it's like read. I love all of the love interests because they are not cute high school students, anime high school students. They all have their kind of red flags. Like, I'm gonna assume that the dateable characters are Theo, our ex. With man, when he smiles, I'm like, Theo, fuck Theo. There's a reason why he's our ex. And then he smiles and I'm like, there's a reason why we were together in the first place, you know. It's the smile. But also fuck him. Oh wait, I did fuck him. Anyway, so there's Theo. And then there's, I'm guessing, Oscar. Oscar's kinda sleazy. But then he has money, rich patron money, yeah, rich patron money. Money for science. And then we have Minnie. She's our assistant. She's very, very cute. It's probably unethical to date your assistant. But hear me out, she's cute. She's cute. And then we have Florence. She is very cheerful when seeing murder things. And I love that in a woman. She is still very, like, she's still getting over the death of her husband. But you know what? I'm getting over my ex. So, like, maybe together we can be, I don't know, healed two women. Two women being happy and healing together. That's that and Faeology. I'm gonna chat with you guys for a while because I'm waiting for like my friend's tabletop stream to start. It's the continuation of our Vampire the Masquerade um campaign. There's 15 players, so I'm not in this table today. Once again, thank you Mushroom Mallow Dev for leading this game, and to all the members of I forgot the name of your publishing. Who published this game? Let me just go to Steam. I know like the publisher and the developer are not always the same. That and Faeology. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Oh, it's you. It's both you. All right. Similar to games you've played. A date with that. Oops. Oh wait, we can zoom. We could have zoomed in on her armpits. I should have zoomed in on her armpits. Oh. Who is Ruthie Blight? Hey yo, okay. So Florence is not a love interest, but like Ruthie Blight is. She's kind of hot. Hey yo, hello chat. Let me just show the love interest. I have the power. I have the power to show my. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? I'm gonna open presentation. Game window capture. No, what is the? I do have this window. Chot. Go gadget. That and Faeology. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's look at the Death and Faeology web thingy. And then I'm gonna put like background music. Alright. Because I'm gonna close the game. Alright, so hi guys, this is Death and Faeology. The summary is in a world where the Fae-touched fall prey to a sinister killer, only a Faeologist can uncover the truth. A dark academia murder mystery visual novel with supernatural cases, interactive investigation, romanceable characters, and multiple endings set in the roaring 1920s New York. There are screenshots. It's a part of the Hungry Ghost Festival. Go check it out. It's pinned right now on my link is pinned. Oh, that's Oz. Look at our fairy. Looks so cool. Oh, that's not it. Looks so cool. Look at that fairy design. Biblically accurate fairy. That's Minnie. She's a cutie. That's our murder. I realized that I could have like aesthetically placed items on the table. All right. You can download the demo right now. What your curators say, murder mystery narrative game from Indonesia. In a world where, okay, we already read that. Pick dialogue options that will lead you to certain endings, including romantic ones. Interact using your tools, investigate the evidence. You have a magnifying glass, a blacklight to detect fairy magic, and a fairy encyclopedia at your disposal. Interview select characters to gather crucial information. Present your findings to the detective, genderless protagonist with a customizable name. Choose between rekindling your past romance with the detective, indulging in the mature charm of your patron. Thanks, guys! The patron character was made for me. I mean, look, once you get over the he's kinda sleazy, I'm like, but like, Nurturing a gothic romance with the assistant. Oh, that sounds good too. Straying your childhood friend into an intoxicating love, or simply being contented with yourself. I mean, that is the greatest love of all, is learning to love yourself. But like, listen, for playing a dating sim, might as well go on in various endings, depending on your choice and accuracy of your deduction. Story. You are a renowned phaeologist in 1920s New York who has been tasked with solving a chilling crime. These are murders happening across the upper echelons of New York society, with the mystery deepening with every clue. Follow the clues with your Fey expertise and keen investigative tools, such as a magnifying glass and blacklight, and gather vital information by interviewing those who hold fragments of the truth, all while navigating your allegiance between a relentless detective and your enigmatic patron. Will you unravel the truth and cement the importance of Phaeology in a world that relegates it to the realm of pseudoscience? How dare you! It's not a pseudoscience. It's okay. It might be a pseudoscience for now. It's a pseudoscience for now. Maybe someday, one day, someday we'll know if love could move a mountain. Okay, character. A short introduction of the four love interests in Death and Phaeology. Theodore Krauss, the detective. With a keen intellect and skeptical nature that define a great detective, Theodore finds it difficult to accept the existence of fairies. Yet he places his trust in his former partner, the phaeologist, to uncover the truth. You love me. You think I'm sexy. Um, Oscar Henkel, the patron, cloaked in mystery and irresistible charm. The patron provides the means for the phaeologist's studies and research. His words sweet, but a sense of something concealed linger on his every action. Minerva Alduin, the assistant. The devoted assistant who always looks out for the phaeologist's well-being, be it offering a refreshing beverage or tactfully fending off unwelcome visitors. She's so cute, you guys. She's so cute. Why did you make her this cute? She's always ready to help her admired professor, Ruthie Blight, the childhood friend. I'm gonna squint. Computer enhance. Oh, oh. I can read this. Fuck, I can't. I can't read it. Oh, 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 oh. More from Mushroom Mallow. What's this? Are these girls kissing? No, it's a Ayo, hold up. You're dead, but your love life is just beginning. Reborn in the spirit realm, take over a crumbling hot spring inn and partner with a brooding masked god who hides more than his face. He's hiding his ab titties. His titty abs. His ab titties. Ab titties. Ab titties. Ab titties. Explore secrets. Rebuild the inn. And flirt through simmering tension in this point and click romance visual novel. Listen, is this guy dateable? I have a question. Demo will come out to Steam very soon. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, so we are by default like we are also a fox lady. Right. You're Akine, a sharp-tongued former Okami, reborn as a bold Okami, wolf yokai spirit with a dangerous talent for flirting, especially with the masked white tiger who saved you. Welcome to the Spirit Realm's most scandalous hot spring inn, where every wall hides heartbreak and every whisper speaks of betrayal. Wait, I don't want to be heartbroken. Enter Shimon, the stoic beauty who is utterly clueless when it comes to emotions, but perhaps his silence is hiding something. Listen, I know the game will try to fix him, but can I make him worse? Can I? Can I? Your mission: restore the inn, exorcise wayward spirits, and peel away the layer of Shimon's clothes hides behind his clothes. Okay, noted. Understandable. Have they? I'm sorry, Dev. You are hearing this. I'm so sorry. But beware, his trust is fragile, and every choice you make could heal old wounds. I can make him worse, or tear them open wider. Yes, I can make him worse. I can make him worse. I'm so sorry. Are you ready to ring the bell and check in? Features. Gameplay features. Restore the inn with immersive point-and-click gameplay. Sweep up cobwebs, scrub suspicious stains, and exercise the lurking evil spirits using interactive point-and-click mechanics as you breathe new life into the long-abandoned inn. Collect lost relics and summon lost staff. Discover hidden relics tied to Shimon's mysterious past, and unlock secret scenes. Revive the inn's guardian spirit to help restore the inn to its former glory. Meaningful choices with multiple routes and endings: friendship, romance, or heartbreak. The fate of the inn and Shimon's heart rest firmly in your hands. I joke a lot about I can make him worse, but I have no doubt in my mind I will feel bad and try to make him better. Just damn it. Gorgeous original art and 5 plus hours of heartfelt fun. Immerse yourself in a beautifully crafted world inspired by traditional Japanese aesthetics and grow closer to a delightful cast of whimsical characters, each with their own charm, quirks, and secrets to uncover. I'm not gonna lie, the wordplay of Okami to Okami is fun. About the game. Oh, that was the original. Oh, that's the title. Oh, I immediately went, heh, sexy fox game. That I forgot that's the title. Okami Okami is an otome female main character, male love interest visual novel with interactive point and click elements where you play as a once elderly innkeeper. I'm an old lady. I want to be an old lady. Yay. Reborn into a stunning yokai body in the hot spirit realm. Into the spirit realm, I added hot accidentally. Your mission: restore a rundown hot spring inn and maybe its brooding owner too. The story will span approximately 45,000 words. By the way, Mags, Denma just went live. All right, I will finish reading this. Thank you. And features 8 beautiful CGs along with a charming cast of whimsical characters, both human-shaped and delightfully monstrous. Can I date the delightfully monstrous? Asking for a friend. Content warning: mention of death of a character, veiled due to scandalous, generally romantic relationships that is more suitable for an adult audience. Mature content description. The developers describe the content like this: mentions of character that veil nudity, revealing outfits, and sexual innuendo. Oh no, not sexual innuendo. I'm bringing you guys to a different screen. And we are raiding out. Thank you for joining me on the first day of well, first day for me, second day for the event itself of Hungry Ghost Festival. If you want to check out a bunch of mostly indie, in a bunch of indie horror games or like games that have to do with the supernatural, please check out the link that's pinned on chat right now. Thank you, Mushroom Mallow Dev, for the game. I'm looking forward to its release, and we will be raiding Then Mother Plays. She is the storyteller for our ongoing Vampire the Masquerade tabletop RPG campaign. Tomorrow I will be streaming. What did I put on my schedule for tomorrow? Twitter, work with me. I do not want to pay for you, Twitter. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be streaming Butterfly Dreams. That's another visual novel from Southeast Asia. It's also pretty interesting, but it might also be pretty short. So if it's too short, we are gonna play more game demos like the one right now. And I'll see you next time. Maya uli. Alam. Bye-bye. 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 Am I raiding the right person? Oh, one new raid. Oh boy, I hope I'm raiding the right person. Yep, there we go.
Hey, Chad. You know what time it is? That's right. It's September. For the entire month of September, you'll get 25% off on 1-month subs, 3-month subs, and 30% off for 6-month subs. So, why don't you do yourselves a favor and subscribe to twitch.tv/MagandaravT. You'll be able to skip ads and support her. That's twitch.tv/MAGINDARAVT. Cool.